Hey everyone, my name's Dixon. So I put up a couple pictures on the title slide just to kind of show you guys a little bit about me. This is my self-introduction video for ALTC 811, section VD. So first things first, I guess. My biggest thing that's happened to me recently was that I got married on June 4th, 2022. So just this summer with my wife, Macy. Here's a couple pictures of our wedding. And then we have a puppy. Her name is Piper. She's 10 months this week, actually. She's already ready for Halloween. You can see in her little bandana thing that we got her the other day. Very, very festive, I guess you could say. We like Halloween around here. Like a lot of scary movies and spooky things. Just like all those kind of things, pretty much. But another thing, a couple things about me is I really love sports. My first love for sports fell with the Lakers when I grew up in California. I really loved getting to watch Kobe Bryant since I was named after him. Getting to be so close. I went to one game when I was out there. Fell in love with it and always have. So love the basketball. Love basketball, love the Lakers, and then I also like to golf in my free time. Picked that up when I was in California as well a little bit. Kind of stopped when I moved to Kansas, and then picked it up again the last couple years in college. Love playing as much as I can, and then I love the Kansas City Chiefs. Love football. It's a sport I played growing up a little bit, and always something I've loved, kind of just cheering on and watching. So hopefully we'll have a good season with both of those. But anyways, so my name is Kobe. I teach in Newton USD 373 at the Chisholm Middle School there. So I teach 7th grade computer apps. So everything with computer apps that kind of consist of is just keyboarding, email etiquette, internet safety and research, and Microsoft Office 365. So only 4 of the applications on there using OneDrive, Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. I really enjoy teaching this class. It's a lot of fun. The kids seem to enjoy it. I kind of designed a lot of my curriculum for this class, just based off the standards. But it's a really enjoyable class, I think, for the kids and for myself. Year 2 so far in teaching. Really enjoying the fun side of just kind of not having to plan everything as much. From day to day, I'm kind of planning more week to week than day to day like I was last year. So it's a lot more fun, and I can engage with the students a little bit better this year and build some of those relationships. So my background, I graduated from Emporia State University in May of 2021. When I went to Emporia, I actually was a business education major. That's how I started my college career. And I ended up switching right before the student teaching semesters. So I was almost done. And I got it in my head that I was spooked and I didn't really want to do it. I didn't think that I was going to be good at it or something like that. And I switched to just strictly business. And I was pursuing a career in collegiate athletic administration to be like a college AD, athletic director. And so I started working in the athletic department and I worked there for about 2.5 years with an internship inside of that time as well. Long story short, I really just kind of realized that was not what I really wanted to do. The time commitment wasn't there for me right then and there. I just got engaged. I was trying to start a new life with my then fiance, now wife, and I just wasn't really happy with it. I didn't like the schedule, and I really just was trying to figure out what I really wanted to do. And my wife was like, "Well, I mean, when you switched from education to just business," she was really upset with me because she thought I would have been a good teacher. And everyone kind of growing up always thought I was going to be a teacher because that's what I thought I was going to do. And so I was like, well, you're right. So I called my AD from my high school. He's the kind of the guy that kind of got me to go to Emporia anyways. And I called him and I was like, hey, I need to ask you a few things and ask him some questions. Basically found out there's a way I can get into transition to teaching. And still get back into education without starting all over for my bachelor's degree. So that's really nice. Great opportunity. Excited to be in education. Some of the goals long term, kind of skipping ahead a little bit here. Some of the goals long term would just be to teach for at least 5 to 10 years and then maybe get into an administrative role maybe. If that's what life kind of pulls for me. But if not, I enjoy teaching a lot. I really do. Maybe get into like a high school level class or teaching position and try to teach some personal finance would be the only other career step that I see myself taking. Another thing that I did professionally outside of education is in college and currently right now, I actually work for a private aviation company. I've always worked remotely for them. I took an internship one summer in college doing that with them, and then I'm an administrative assistant for them remotely. So I file some aircraft logs and paperwork for them and submit some invoices for some of the stuff they asked me to do. But I do that role all remotely, and it's kind of crazy because really relevant to what I teach. Everything I teach is the things that I'm doing for that role, so I can always pull from that role and talk about it with my students on a day-to-day basis, applying whatever we're talking about. So it's really nice. Makes it more relevant and applicable for the students. Some of the hopes for this class that I have, I really hope to gain better understanding of what I can improve on as an educator in the classroom from someone else's perspective. And then another thing is I want to be able to apply some of my coursework directly to my reflections this semester. I want to try to do a better job of doing that. And then I'm looking forward to some immediate feedback regarding my teaching practices. I really enjoy this opportunity this class provides to get immediate feedback. I've always loved feedback, whether good or bad. I always see it as typically positive because I can always figure out how to spin it and work with whatever is given to me. An interesting fact, the last thing, is I grew up in California my first half of my childhood. Living in a completely different lifestyle before moving to Kansas in middle school. Moving to Midwest was a huge culture shock. I went from being the minority student at my school to being not a minority, and just switching my whole lifestyle when it came to sports. Everything changed, and it was good. I'm glad I got kind of the best of both worlds a little bit. So, thank you for listening, and look forward to working with you all this semester. Thank you.